Weeks before the wedding, the music stops, the mood turns icy, and a thick stack of legal paper is slid across a polished table. Because society treats the prenuptial agreement as a bet against marriage, couples actively dodge the subject. They bury the conversation until the last possible second. Waiting until the last minute triggers specific legal tripwires that can render the entire contract void. An engagement has a predictable emotional timeline. You book the venue, you lock in the caterer, you mail out the invitations. The momentum builds toward a single date. A valid financial contract requires its own procedural track. Assets must be disclosed, lawyers hired, and drafts negotiated. When you force that slow legal process to crash into a looming wedding date, the pressure breaks the viability of the agreement. In family law, the exact date you sign a prenup matters exactly as much as the clauses written inside of it. Courts rely on a concept called procedural fairness. A judge won't simply read the terms of the agreement. They will closely scrutinize the exact environment you were in the moment you picked up the pen. Presenting a contract on the eve of a wedding sets off judicial alarm bells. By that point, thousands of dollars in non-refundable deposits have been spent. Guests have booked flights. The social and financial momentum makes it nearly impossible for someone to easily walk away if they don't like the terms. To a judge, a rushed signature under those conditions looks like coercion, and duress is a primary justification for throwing the document straight into the shredder. Many states follow the Uniform Premarital Agreement Act. This law requires both partners to provide a fair and reasonable disclosure of their finances before anyone signs anything. That takes time. Modern wealth often includes unvested tech equity, restricted stock units, and complex business valuations that require specialized mathematical modeling to price accurately. Liabilities take time to surface, too. Every student loan, credit card balance, and line of credit must be laid out clearly. Once the numbers are on the table, the less wealthy partner needs a realistic window to hire an independent attorney to analyze those disclosures and explain the risks. If the wedding date cuts that window short, true disclosure hasn't happened. Without disclosure, the agreement holds zero legal weight. Proper timing protects your assets in court and safeguards the marriage itself. This chart shows the direct correlation between financial friction and marital survival. Couples who argue about money once a week face a 30% higher risk of divorce than those who don't. Building a prenup requires a couple to sit down and stress test their future. You have to clearly outline your spending habits, debt tolerances, and who will manage the household budget. Having those difficult negotiations early acts as an inoculation. You address the leading cause of marital failure before you even walk down the aisle. Every married couple actually already has a prenup. It was drafted by your state legislature. If you enter a marriage without a custom contract, default state laws automatically take control over how your property is divided or how your estate is inherited. Sitting down with a lawyer to draft your own document acts as a legal override, allowing you to opt out of generic programming and apply rules that fit your specific relationship. You aren't deciding whether to have an agreement. You are deciding who writes the rules. To protect both the contract and the relationship, family attorneys recommend the gold standard timeline. Initiate financial disclosures and begin drafting 60 to 90 days before the wedding, or even before the engagement ring is purchased. Shifting the conversation to the very beginning kills the ticking clock. It removes the pressure, erasing any future claims of coercion. Both partners get full transparency, time to consult independent counsel, and a contract that holds up. By separating the negotiation from the wedding day's pressure, the agreement stops being a threat. It becomes the stable, predictable foundation for your future together.